Jeannie Seely's name is back in headlines today, and not for a new song, but because she has passed away at age 85. Known for pushing boundaries at the Grand Ole Opry, she helped transform country music with her soulful voice, sharp wit, and bold presence. In the 1960s, she shattered the gingham curtain of conservative image in Nashville. She later set a record for more stage appearances at the Opry than any other artist. Her passing is a moment to look back at a life spent breaking molds and touching hearts. Born Marilyn Jean Seely on July 6, 1940, in Titusville, Pennsylvania, she was the youngest of 4 children growing up outside Townville in rural northwestern Pennsylvania. Her father worked at a steel mill and on the family's farm. Her mother sang with her while they baked bread. Music was part of the household rhythm. At age 11, Jeannie began singing on the local radio station WMGW. A few years later, she appeared regularly on local TV. Her childhood dream was to be on the Grand Ole Opry. She listened to Opry broadcasts every Saturday night with her parents, mesmerized by voices like Minnie Pearl, Kitty Wells, and Little Jimmy Dickens. After high school, she moved to California, first working as a secretary at Imperial Records, then writing songs for other artists. Her early compositions were recorded by country stars such as Dottie West and Connie Smith. With encouragement from songwriter Hank Cochran, she moved to Nashville in 1965 on a shoestring budget. Her recollection, arriving with $50 in a Ford Falcon, and quickly landed a contract with Monument Records. In early 1966, she recorded Don't Touch Me, a powerful ballad written by Cochran that became a hit, peaking at number 2 on the country charts and earning her a Grammy Award for Best Country Vocal Performance by a Female. The song immediately introduced her soulful, emotional voice to the country audience and became her signature recording. In May 1966, she made her Grand Ole Opry debut, and on September 16, 1967, she was officially inducted as a member, fulfilling her childhood dream. Over the next decade, she appeared there more than 5,000 times, more than any performer in the Opry's history. She stayed on the Opry as a consistent presence for more than 55 years, often performing multiple times per week. Even deep into her 80s, she still appeared occasionally, releasing new music into her final year. Jeannie wasn't just a remarkable singer, she was also a stylistic trailblazer. At a time when female Opry artists were expected to wear gingham dresses and long skirts, she showed up in a miniskirt and go-go boots, saying she simply wore what most young women were wearing. That boldness shattered the unspoken dress code, giving future performers the freedom to express themselves, and forever altering the image of women in country music. She also championed women's roles in the Opry itself. In 1985, she became the first woman ever to host an Opry segment, initially only because the male host was snowbound. But she pressed the issue until the tradition officially changed in 1993. She argued that the show featured many female performers, yet women were never allowed to address the audience. Her persistence opened the door for women to talk, MC, and lead on the historic Grand Ole Opry stage. In addition to her solo success, she enjoyed a fruitful duet partnership with Jack Greene in the late 1960s and early 70s. Their 1969 recording, Wish I Didn't Have to Miss You, reached number 2 on the country charts. Together, they toured extensively, appearing at venues such as Madison Square Garden and Wembley Arena, blending harmony and chemistry over many years. She was also a capable songwriter. In 1973, Farron Young had a top 10 hit with Leavin' and Saying Goodbye, which she co-wrote. Her songs were cut by legendary artists including Merle Haggard, Ray Price, Willie Nelson, and Connie Smith. She co-wrote material for bluegrass performers such as Rhonda Vincent, showing her versatility across subgenres. Her career was not without challenges. A serious car accident in 1977 left her with a fractured jaw, broken ribs, and a punctured lung. Recovery was difficult and her visibility dim for a period. She and her husband Hank Cochran divorced in 1981, and her duet with Jack Greene ended soon afterward. Yet she remained resilient. In the 1980s and beyond, she embraced opportunities in film and musical theater, appearing in Honeysuckle Rose, in several stage productions including Always, Patsy Cline, and The Best Little Whorehouse in Texas, as well as hosting a Sirius XM radio show, Sundays with Seely, on Willie Nelson's Roadhouse channel. She recorded and released studio albums into the 2000s, Life's Highway in 2003, An American Classic in 2020, and in 2024 she released a cover single called Suffertime. At age 84, she remained active, collaborating with songwriters, working as a producer on bluegrass projects, and mentoring rising female artists. She received recognition throughout her life: a star on the Music City Walk of Fame in 2018, an honorary Doctor of Arts degree from Lincoln Memorial University in 2019, the CMA Joe Talbot Award in 2023 for leadership, and lifetime achievement honors from organizations like Source and SAG-AFTRA. In early 2025, her name was attached to renewed projects, including reimagined versions of her songs by women country artists produced by Sony Music Publishing Nashville. Her personal life included marriage to Hank Cochran from 1969 to 1979, and in 2010 she married Jeanne attorney Gene Ward. She survived devastating injury and personal loss, most notably her home in the 2010 Nashville flood, which she lost along with many recordings and notes. Yet she performed the next night wearing borrowed clothes, focusing on her love of music and the Opry audience rather than her own losses. Jeannie Seely died on August 1, 2025 at age 85 due to complications from an intestinal infection, after fighting declining health all that year, including multiple back surgeries, emergency abdominal surgery, and pneumonia. Tributes poured in from Dolly Parton, Carly Pearce, Charlie Daniels, Billy Ray Cyrus, and others who shared personal memories of her warmth, humor, toughness, and generosity. Her death triggers reflection on her remarkable legacy. A singer who won a Grammy, broke Opry tradition with a miniskirt, became the first female Opry host, and appeared more than 5,397 times on that iconic stage. She was known as Miss Country Soul for her emotional delivery and no-nonsense humor. She elevated female artists' visibility, fought for equality on a legendary stage, and mentored countless women in country music. Jeannie Seely helped change country music's image across 6 decades, not through scandal or controversy, but through integrity, talent, and tenacity. She proved that the Opry was not just a tradition to uphold, it was a place to evolve. She once said that she didn't sit still, that if something didn't feel right, she'd keep pushing until it changed. That streak of independence, combined with her gift of performance, made her a beloved icon. As of 2025, she had performed over 5,300 times on the Grand Ole Opry, more than any other artist in its century-long history. She remained the oldest female entertainer actively recording, performing, and creating. Though she has passed, her influence lives on, in the artists she mentored, in the dress codes she helped dismantle, in songs that still move listeners, and in an Opry stage that now routinely honors the voices of women. Today's news of her death is not just the end of a life, it's a moment to honor that life and what she represented. Jeannie Seely was a bridge between tradition and change, between Nashville's past and its future. Her story is one of dreams realized, rules rewritten, and a stage redefined for the women who would follow. Jeannie Seely's music, style, voice, and spirit remain part of the fabric of country music. Her legacy is enduring, not just for her records or her awards, but because she helped make space for future generations to stand, speak, and sing their own way on the Opry boards she walked so many times.